starts with nothing. No bass, no drums, no band. Just a guitar and a voice. A voice we thought we knew, because we had danced to it, marched to it, believed in it. But here, Bob Marley is alone, and it's different. Old pirates, yes, they rob, just one line in, and he's already rewriting history. Not as a victim, not as a prophet, but as a man who knows the end is near. Because by the time he wrote Redemption Song, Bob Marley was dying. In 1977, a small wound on his toe led to a cancer diagnosis. He refused to have the toe amputated. It went against his Rastafarian beliefs. He kept touring, kept recording, but the cancer spread. By 1979, it had reached his brain, his lungs, his liver. He was 34 and writing his last great song. Redemption Song is not a reggae song. Not really. There's no groove, no horns, no rhythm section. Just acoustic strumming. Just truth. That was intentional. Bob wanted this song to be stripped down. Just words and chords. Because what he had to say didn't need production. It needed silence around it. This wasn't music for dancing. It was music for remembering and for awakening. The line that made history wasn't even his. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. It came from Marcus Garvey, the Jamaican black nationalist leader who inspired generations. Marley read Garvey, lived Garvey, and wove his teachings into the fabric of his music. But here, in this song, it wasn't ideology, it was legacy. Garvey spoke to nations, Marley spoke to the soul, and in that one line, everything that mattered in Bob's life, the struggle, the liberation, the faith, was distilled into one command. Wake up, think for yourself, be free from within. But the song is not angry, it's tender, tired, and brave. It acknowledges pain, but refuses defeat. Marley sings of being robbed by pirates, of being sold, of watching generations suffer. But he also sings of a new day, of a better way, of singing songs of freedom, not because we're free, but because we believe in becoming so. He was never a man of despair, not even as his body failed. By the time Redemption Song was recorded in 1980, Marley knew this was it. The album Uprising would be his last. He toured with all the strength he had left. Sometimes he collapsed after shows. Still, he kept going. Because this wasn't about charts or money. It was about making sure that this song, the one without drums, the one without a beat, would live beyond him. And it did. After his death in May 1981, the world wept. Marley was only 36, but he had become more than an artist. He was a voice for the voiceless, a symbol of resistance. And this song, his final offering, became a spiritual monument. Over the decades, Redemption Song has become an anthem. It's been played at protests, political rallies, funerals. It's been covered by everyone, from Johnny Cash to Rihanna to Beyoncé. It's been studied in universities and carved into stone. But somehow, its power never faded. Why? Because it isn't about Bob Marley. It's about us. He doesn't ask us to sing for him. He asks us to help sing songs of freedom. He doesn't tell us what to think. He dares us to free our own minds. Redemption Song is the kind of song that outlives its singer, because it asks nothing of us but honesty. It doesn't demand revolution. It suggests reflection. And in its simplicity, it reaches deeper than most anthems ever could. It is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is not desperate. It is calm, resolute, and eternal. Listen to it again. Really listen. Feel the weight of the words, the stillness between verses, the way his voice cracks, not out of weakness, but out of knowing. This was a goodbye, not just to life, but to silence, to slavery, mental, physical, cultural, to colonization, to compromise. It was a call to keep singing, even when your voice shakes. There are songs that define generations because they are loud, and there are others, like this one, that define generations because they are quiet, because they whisper things we're too afraid to say out loud, because they remind us that freedom is not a place, it's a process, a mindset, a decision. Bob Marley gave us a library of music, but Redemption Song was the note he passed under the door before leaving, and it said, "Don't mourn me, sing, fight, live." And so we do.